Have you ever wondered to yourself why success comes so easy to some, but for whatever reason it feels so hard or so unachievable for others? In today's training, I'm going to be breaking down 4 success principles found from the book of Proverbs, okay? And I call these the 4 keys to become wise beyond your size. Listen, I have good news for you. When you tap into the spirit of wisdom, when you tap in to these wisdom principles I'm going to be breaking down for you today, you can do more with less. We're talking all about it today in the training. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we are going to start here in Proverbs chapter 30, verse 24, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this passage just to kind of set the landscape here, okay? And then after I read the passage, then I'm going to go kind of line upon line and break down 4 unique concepts that I believe these lessons, okay, will literally be like all of these lessons are individual keys that can unlock massive, massive doors in your business, in your finances, in your life. If you're taking notes, write this down. Even little keys can open big doors. Okay, I got some hot sauce for y'all today. Even little keys can open big doors. So pay attention and let's check this out. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 24 through 28. Now, before I go here, actually, I don't want to get too far ahead. Let me give just a little bit of preface here, okay? Why is wisdom so important, okay? Like in today's training, we're talking about becoming wise beyond your size, okay, and how even little keys can open big doors. What does all this mean, okay? I want to submit to you that it is not God's will for you to live off of miracles alone, okay? In fact, I need at least 20 people in the comments right now, drop these words. Wisdom is better than miracles, okay? Wisdom is better than miracles. What does that mean? And keep your thumb in Proverbs 30 because we're about to go there, okay? But let me break a couple of these concepts down for you. What does that mean? Wisdom is better than miracles. One of the reasons why so many of God's people are always in crisis mode and like, oh God, please, we need a miracle. Why are they there? Because they did something outside of the spirit of wisdom. God, we need a financial breakthrough, please. We need a miracle. Why are you there? Because you did something unwise in your finances. Oh God, I need a health miracle. And again, I'm not talking about like, accidents, like a car wreck or, God forbid, something crazy like that. Or, somebody gets like terminally ill. I'm not talking about those things that are, out of our control. But most of the things within our lives are within our control. Okay? And I'm talking about those things specifically. God, we need a miracle. My health is out of control, God. And if I don't get a miracle, they say I might have some heart troubles. Or why are you there health-wise? Because you made some unwise decisions. Okay? It's not that you need another miracle. It's that you need to step into more wisdom. Okay? That's why Proverbs chapter 4 tells us, in all your getting, get wisdom. In all you're getting, get understanding. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6 says, God's people perish for lack of knowledge. One of the reasons why those different parts of your life feel like they're quote unquote perishing is because you simply lack the knowledge and the wisdom on how it works. And I also want to submit to you that, check this out, okay? Like, if you don't know the rules of the game, how can you expect to win the game? Like if I don't know the rules of baseball and I go up to play baseball and I'm getting ready to swing the bat, but I don't know what first base is, I don't know what third base is, I don't know what a home run is, I don't know what an out, I don't know what a strike, like if I don't understand the rules, it's literally going to be near impossible for me to win the game. So goes your finances. So goes your business. Okay, it's not that we just need, God, we need another miracle. No, we need more wisdom. If we perish without knowledge, then I submit to you that I believe that we flourish with knowledge. Okay, and then one more preface before we get to Proverbs 30. Let me break this down for you, okay? How many of you guys and gals, okay, if this is you, just drop the words, that's me in the comments. How many of you guys and gals have ever asked God for wisdom? Let me know down in the comments. Say, that's me, that's me. I'm dropping a bajillion that's me's in the comments right now, okay? I'm always asking God for wisdom, but here's the difference, okay? I actually understand, at least a little bit. I'm not saying I understand the vastness, I have all revelation on this. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I understand more now what wisdom is before I actually knew what it was in the past, okay? Because growing up, I thought wisdom was like, you just become more smart, right? Like, God, please give me wisdom. And like being like, now I am wise. It's like, that's not how it works, okay? So what is wisdom in the Hebrew, okay? Anytime in Hebrew where you read the word wisdom, it's the word shakma. Watch this. I'm probably spelling it wrong. Just check it out later, okay? I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's shachma, something like that, okay? Go look it up later. And guess what this word actually translates to? See, when we ask God for wisdom, we're like, God, please give me wisdom. We're expecting God to make us more smart. We're expecting God to just like put wisdom on us. Like, well, now I'm what? What does that mean? Well, the Hebrew word for wisdom, shakma, it translates into the English word skill. It's not the only translation, but it's one of the main translations. So when you ask God for wisdom, you are literally asking him, God, make me more skilled. Why is God telling us in Proverbs chapter 4, in all you're getting, get more skilled? Because God understands your life goes better when you can live it skillfully in your finances, in your health, in your relationships, in your spiritual life. When you can live skillfully, your life goes better. And when you live your life unskillfully or unwise, that's when everything starts falling apart, and that's what puts you into crisis mode, and then you go into normal churchianity crisis mode. God, please send a miracle. Instead of asking for more miracles, I submit that you should consider asking God for more wisdom. Because how many of y'all know? Wisdom is better than miracles. All right? Are y'all getting this so far? If you're getting it, let me know in the comments. Say, I'm getting it. Okay?
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the training. I wanted to take a few moments real quick to invite you to join me for my upcoming Create and Sell Digital Products 5-day challenge, okay? This is a 5-day live virtual event where I invite entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs just like you to come spend 5 days with me and get live training on the 5 moves that anyone can take in order to scale and skyrocket their business and their revenue. Now, the best way to join is as a VIP, because VIPs get to spend an extra hour with me every single day and ask your questions live. My most successful students have all been VIPs. That's the best way to join. Listen, you don't want to miss the upcoming Create and Sell Digital Products 5-day challenge. It's completely live. It's coming up right around the corner. Click the link down below in the description. Grab your ticket today. Now back to the training.
So now that we've got a little bit of context, now that we've got a little bit of foundation and we understand, okay, we must learn to live life skillfully, and that's what the Bible calls wisdom, because when we live life skillfully, life goes better for us, okay? How many of you would like to make more skilled choices and decisions in your business? Wave at me like this if that's you. How many of you guys and gals would like to make more skilled decisions in your health? Drop some fire emojis in the comments if that's you. How many of you guys and gals would like to make some more skilled decisions and more skilled action items in your relationships? If that's you, let me know in the comments. Say, that's me. How many of you guys and gals would like to be more skilled in your spiritual life, in the approach to your spiritual life? If that's you, say, that's me in the comments. Obviously, when we can make these better decisions, okay, our life will just go better. And I also want to just submit this one more thing to you, then we're going to Proverbs 30, okay? Again, anything in your life right now that is wobbly, anything in your life right now that is not going to plan, and it's not just like, part of God's journey. It's like, this is falling apart, like we need a miracle. Anything that's going on like that, I submit to you, it's probably because somewhere along the way, there were some unwise decisions made, okay? But now, out of Proverbs 30, I want to submit some ideas to you. I'm going to give you 4 keys. Somebody in the comments say 4 keys. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 keys today on how you can begin to unlock doors of favor, doors of blessing, even with these little keys. And I want to show you guys now how to become wise beyond your size. Now, Proverbs chapter 30, verse 24 through 28. Okay? Again, I'm going to read the passage here, okay, just so you can get the overall picture, and then I'm going to break this down line upon line for you. And then I really suggest after the training here, okay, you guys and gals go search this out for yourself. Okay? Go do your own research on it, go study it yourself, because I'm telling you this is going to be life-changing for you. Okay? Here we go. Proverbs 30, verses 24 through 28. 4 things on earth that are small, yet they are extremely wise. Somebody in the comments drop these words, extremely wise. Interesting. Do you remember what I keep saying? Even small keys can open big doors. Okay? This is one of God's principles, to understand that just because this wisdom seems quote unquote small, when you begin to see it through the eyes of understanding, remember Proverbs 4, and all you're getting, get wisdom, and all you're getting, get understanding, and all you're getting, get knowledge, right? Why do we need wisdom and understanding and knowledge? Because wisdom, understanding, and knowledge allow us to see things that are seemingly small for what they actually are. And how many of y'all know that God is in the business of taking seemingly insignificant or quote unquote small things and wrapping revelation and wisdom and insight and principle around it? Are y'all tracking? Okay? 4 things on earth that are small, yet they are extremely wise. And I love that it doesn't just say, these things are small and they're kind of wise. No, it says, these things are small, but they're extremely wise. Okay? Verse 25, here are the 4 things. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Interesting. So ants. Okay, verse 26, hyraxes. Okay, in other words, these are like rock badgers. Okay, hyraxes or rock badgers are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the crags, or in other words, they make their home in the rock formations. Okay. Verse 27, locusts, they have no king, yet they advance together in ranks. And then number 4, verse 28. And a lizard. Some translations say a spider, some say a lizard, okay? I'm reading out of the NIV. NIV says lizard, other translations say spider. But here's the principle, okay? A lizard can be caught with the hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. Now you might be sitting here going, okay, this all sounds cool and everything, and I love all this, but what in the heck is going on here? Lizards and ants and rock badgers, how are these extremely wise? Okay, if y'all are ready for key number 1, drop it in the comments, say key number 1, okay? Here's the first key I want y'all to get, okay? The first thing that is seemingly small to the naked eye, but it is extremely wise, is an ant, okay? So the first thing here that we want to talk about is the ant. Now, what is it about the ant, okay? And the Bible literally said, ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer, is what the King James says, okay? How many of y'all know, and if you're taking notes, write this down. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. There are so many people when it comes to them trying to build their businesses, trying to get their finances straight, okay? Oh man, I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting ready. Instead of trying to get ready, to get ready, to get ready, to get ready, what you need to do is you need to get ready once and then stay ready. Like one of the most frustrating things for me in my journey is when I lose momentum on a really good thing. Okay, have y'all ever been there before? I'm talking about like, we're striking. It's going good. And then for whatever reason, something crazy happens, or I made an unwise decision, and then bloop, 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 and it goes down to back to zero. Okay. And one of the reasons why so many people struggle in their business, struggle in their finances, is because they don't stay ready. They have the idea that we have to get ready so that we can get ready so that we can get ready. And honestly, guys, what you're doing is when you don't continue to move in forward momentum, you always have to start over from zero. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Have you ever felt like that before in your business? Start, stop, start, stop. I'm telling you guys, why do we need to consider the ant? Because number one, if you're taking notes, write this down. Ants think summer all winter long. What does that mean? What you need to do as far as this, you need to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? When you start hitting this momentum, because ants, let me break this down for you here, okay? If you're taking notes, write this down. Ants, they have no guide. Okay? Ants, they have no overseer. And again, I'm getting these from the King James version. Just go check it out later, okay? And ants, they have no ruler. Okay? What does this mean? The diligence of the ants is, I think, winter all summer long. When things are going really, really good, I'm not going to be like, oh, finally, and just kick back. I am in the mode. My team will tell you, okay? My guys will tell you, my peeps will tell you, I am always trying to hit the gas. Like when we start getting momentum, it is not time to chill. It's time to double down, triple down, because I'm thinking it's winter time, even in the summer. In the good season, oh man, it's really, really good. Consider the ant, okay? Let's talk about this, okay? So ants, they have no guide. What does this mean? Ants they're self-taught. One of the most crippling mindsets that a person can have is, oh man, I can't figure it out. I wish somebody could just teach me. Teach me? Like this has always been hilarious to me growing up in church circles, okay? And, immature Christians at church who they get offended at the church or something like that. And then they're like leaving to the next church and they're like, well, Sister Sally and Brother Johnny, like, why are you guys leaving churches? Well, we just weren't getting fed there. Getting fed there? What? My children, the second they could sit up in their diaper, could literally drag themselves over to the pantry and feed themselves. Babies can feed themselves. Okay? Why do we need to consider the ant here, guys? Because they have no guide. They're self-taught. Listen, you have got to be self-taught. You have got to commit to yourself. I'm going to figure this out. It's going to work or it's going to work. Which one? Are y'all getting this? Drop some fire emojis in the comments if y'all are getting this, man. Okay? You got to be self-taught, man. You got to be the one to say, you know what? I'm going to go for this. Even when your family and friends are like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. Oh, beware of those get-rich-quick schemes. How come no one warned us about the stay broke your whole entire life scheme? Everybody told us, oh, well, yeah, and it's always broke people, man. It's always broke people. Oh, beware of those get-rich scams. You're grown and you're broke. You already been scammed. Like, what am I here to scam you out of? You're already broke. You're already grown and broke. There's nothing for me to scam you with. You've already been scammed. Congratulations. Right? You got to be a self-taught person like the ant. No guide. They're self-taught. Number 2, no overseer. Okay, what does this mean? You have got to be self-motivated. Listen, I need to tell you this right now. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more inspiration. Okay? Stop trying to look from the outside to fix an inside problem. Oh man, I just need more motivation. Like maybe I can Maybe I can watch like Rocky 3 again. Dun, 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 dun. You know, it's like, man, I just need to get motivated again. No, what you need to do, instead of trying to look from the outside and pull it in, you need to look within. Your God-given potential is way more incredible than you could ever even imagine. You got to start learning like the ant. No guide, no overseer. They're self-taught. They're self-motivated. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more inspiration. You know what you need? And watch this. This is number 3 here. No ruler. Self-disciplined. You don't need more inspiration. You don't need more motivation. You need discipline. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, like, I have gone through a massive health journey in the past 14 months, okay? Down over 150 pounds, trying to work on putting on some muscle now and trying to get my health right. I'm in the best shape of my life, okay? And where did all this come from? Like, was I looking for someone to motivate me? No, I had to consider the ant, man. I had to be self-taught. I had to re-educate myself on nutrition, on health, on how this all worked. I had to become self-motivated. Bruh, I'd be in there most days, 2 workouts a day by myself, either early morning or late night. Nobody's in there going, come on, bro, you can do it. I know you can do it, man. 30 more minutes on that treadmill. You got this, but no one's in there doing that for me, bruh. Right? Like, you have to start becoming that self-taught, self-motivated, self-disciplined. If you're taking notes, write this down. Discipline is the price you must pay to see success. Is discipline. How much does success cost? I don't know. How much discipline you got? Because the more discipline that you can pay, the more success you can access. I believe it was Mike Tyson who said it like this: discipline is doing the thing that you hate like you love it. Uh-oh. Discipline is doing the thing that you hate like you love it. Proverbs told us ants, they're super small, but you got to see them because they're extremely wise. If you're taking notes, write this down. The wisdom of the ant is the gift of contemplation. The wisdom of the ant is the gift of contemplation. What does that mean? This means this will allow you to be so prepared that when the test comes and knocks others out, you'll breeze through it because you didn't wait for trouble to come. You already knew that trouble was coming. This means, see, when you have the wisdom of the ant, the gift of contemplation, this means you can learn the lesson before the test is even given. We got to understand the wisdom of the ant. Like, you don't slow down when things are going good. You double down, you triple down. You hit the gas, baby. You get even more disciplined. You get even more self-taught, more self-motivated, more self-disciplined. Because if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I'm not saying that, obviously it's all with God's help, but God's not going to put the action in for me. Like, God himself didn't walk on the treadmill for me. God himself didn't pick up the phone and make the sales calls for me. God himself didn't record the programs and the courses for me. He helped me. He guided me. He gave me courage, but you have to do the work, man. You have to get the wisdom of the ant, which is the gift of contemplation, because when you do this, that means that you can learn the lesson even before it's given. This is so crazy. I was thinking about this yesterday. Guys, we're like 5 or 6 years out from the pandemic. Isn't that crazy? And the pandemic taught us that if you prepare like the ant, the worst things that happen can become the best things that happen because you're prepared. Can I give y'all a story? Wave at me like this if I can tell y'all a story. Story time with Uncle Rick, baby. Check this out. Okay? About 2017, my wife and I started feeling really strong. Man, we need to get on the internet. We need to start posting content. Like, I was rebuked by every one of my peers almost, right? Oh, Pino, you're posting too much. You're such a self-promoter. There's so much pride. Because all you do is post on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter all day long. You're just trying to show off. Okay. And then we started learning these new skills, like what is Zoom? Right? Y'all remember whenever everything first happened and like people were trying to learn how to use Zoom, and all those pastors who were rebuking you for using Facebook last week, now they're begging you to please tune in to their Facebook Live this week. Hey guys, I know last week I was rebuking you on Facebook, but please tune into my Facebook this time. And while you're at it, please sow a seed for the kingdom. And the whole time they had like one lone light bulb in the background that looked like Osama bin Laden in like some random little like dungeon somewhere because they didn't even know what in the world was going on. Y'all remember that? Y'all, it wasn't just me, was it? I mean, it's so crazy. But here's, why am I saying all this? Because like COVID really knocked some peeps out financially. But I will tell you this, when COVID happened, because we were already prepared, because God had blessed us with the gift of contemplation, like the wisdom of the ant. The worst thing that was happening to most people, it was the best thing that happened to us. In 2020, I was able to train 100,000 students, paid students. 100,000 paid students came through my programs in 2020, and we did millions and millions and millions of dollars on the internet while all my other peers were trying to rebuke me the year before. Oh, you're using that internet thing too pridefully, brother. Woo! Okay. The wisdom of the ant is the gift of contemplation. That means if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That means you can learn the lesson before the test is even given. Drop some fire emojis in the comments if y'all are getting some wisdom. Okay, so how many of you guys and gals are ready for key number 2? If you're ready for key number 2, say key number 2 in the comments. I told you I got a little hot sauce for y'all today. Okay, I want to do something special for y'all because it's been a couple weeks. Okay, so the second thing that we see here, number 1, okay, rock badgers, or hyraxes, depending on what translation you read. Rock badgers are creatures of little power, okay, but they make their homes in the rocks. Let's talk about this. Somebody in the comments say, get wisdom. Get wisdom. Are you starting to understand? Man, we need wisdom, man. I need wisdom. God, give me wisdom. If you want more wisdom, drop it in the comments. Say, get wisdom. God, give me wisdom. Okay? Rock badgers are creatures of little power, yet they make their homes in the rocks. Okay? Here's the principle. One of the principles I want to pull from this insight and submit to you. Okay? When it comes to rock badgers, they're creatures of little power, yet they make their homes in the rocks. Okay? What does that mean? It means this. And here's the principle. You don't have to be physically strong if you build your life upon strong principles. Woo! You know, Rick, I'm just starting out. I don't know how to build my digital product business yet. I don't understand. No one in my family is even an entrepreneur. I'm just out here all alone. Listen, you don't have to be physically strong. You don't even have to have all that experience. All you need is to build your life on strong principles. That's what the rock badger does. Rock badger, little strength, yet they make their home in the rocks. I want to submit to you, you must begin to build your life upon the rock of God's principles. If you're taking notes, write this down. Principles are God's success automation. Principles are God's success automation. You know, it's so interesting, back to my health journey, okay? A lot of people don't know this. Like tons of people on the internet, like, Rick, what was the big moment for you that finally snapped and you were like, I need to start getting healthy? You know what it was? I became an entrepreneur. I became a millionaire. I started serving people, and the spirit of wisdom would not allow me to continue on being foolish and unwise in other areas of my life. Like I was thriving and flourishing in my spiritual life, in my marriage, in my finances, in my business. I was thriving and flourishing everywhere, and my health at the time was really, really not in the best place. And the whole time, Sister Wisdom, that's what Proverbs calls her, Sister Wisdom was going, hey, what you doing? You know that this is not how this works. It's not a good testimony for you to have the spirit of wisdom on all these other areas of your life, and then your outward appearance and your inward health, they're out of whack with me. If you're taking notes, write this down. Wisdom teaches us how you do anything is how you do everything. What does that mean? It means that when you actually begin to tap in to these keys of success, when you actually learn how to become wise beyond your size, okay, you're going to start seeing a spirit of wisdom break out in your health, in your business, in your relationships, in your finances, in your spiritual life. Like, I'm telling you this, like, when the spirit of wisdom begin to come on me and my community, my family, stronger and stronger and stronger over the past 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever it's been that we've been on this crazy journey, okay, everything begins to change. It's not just like, well, they're super wise in ministry, but my gosh, their health is out of whack. Oh, he's a super wise pastor, but he's broke as a joke and ready to choke. She's super wise, whatever, as a mother, but she's unwise in her health or whatever it is, right? All of us have been there. All of us have been there. But when the spirit of wisdom comes, you start understanding, you could be like, well, man, whatever it is, health, finances, spiritual. No one in my family's been saved. Everyone in my family, divorce runs in my family. You don't have to have the physical strength. You just have to build your life on the strong principles. Are y'all getting this? Let me know in the comments, say, I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. Are y'all getting this, man? Principles are God's success automation, and wisdom teaches us that how you do anything is how you do everything. Now listen, a lot of you guys and gals are entrepreneurs, you're new entrepreneurs, okay? You're on your journey, you're starting to make some headway, and here in the future, you're gonna have to start hiring some people, and that's a good thing. But can I submit this idea to you, please? If you're taking notes, write this down. Out of all the people that you hire, make sure to hire principals. Because here's why. When you begin to hire God's success principles into your life, principals don't ever call in sick. Principals work 24/7 and they never need a break. Principals are never late. Principals are always on time, and principals never quit. We've got to learn how to build our life on God's success principles. Well, Rick, I'm not strong enough. You don't have to be strong enough. You just need strong principles. No one in my family's been healthy. You don't have to be, this superstar health nut yet. Just start applying God's success principles in your health. Well, divorce runs in my family. This is where it runs out. It doesn't have to continue running in your family. This is where it runs out because you're going to now start building your relationships on success principles like the rock badger. Are y'all getting this, man? I'm trying to hook you guys up with some wisdom today, man. The fruit of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs literally tells us that the wise, whenever they speak, the fruit comes, and those who hear it, they can feast on the fruit of wisdom. I want to help you all today, okay? Out of all the people that you hire, out of all the hires that you make sure to hire principals, because principals work all the time. They never quit. They're never late. They're always on time. They work 24/7. Principals are God's success automation, okay? Doesn't matter how weak you may be physically, spiritually, financially, you can make your home in the strength of God's principles. And though, like a rock badger, they're people of little strength, this is what the Bible calls extremely wise, is to build your life on those success principles. If you're ready for key number 3, say key number 3 in the comments. So number 1, we learned about ants, okay? Number 2, we learned about rock badgers. Now, let's check this one out. Number 3, key number 3. It says this: locusts have no king, yet they advance together in ranks. Interesting. What does this mean? If you're taking notes, I want you to write down these 2 words, and I want you to underline them 3 times. Strategic partnerships. Strategic partnerships. Isn't it interesting that even though locusts, they don't have a commander in chief. There's no one like blowing the trumpet over the locust army saying, okay, guys, we're moving over here, and then we're going to move over there, and here's the strategy. No. But how in the world are these locusts advancing? They advance together in ranks. Now, let me ask you this question, okay? There's some war language around this out of the book of Deuteronomy that paints this principle for us. And you probably heard this, but the principle goes far beyond war. But the war language in the book of Deuteronomy explain it to us like this. One of us sends 1,000 to flight, but two of us can send, how many? Let me know in the comments. One sends 1,000 to flight, two sends 10,000 to flight. Okay? How many of you guys and gals are ready to advance in 2025? Drop some fire emojis in the comments if that's you. I'm talking about you're ready to see your business explode to the next level. You're ready to see your finances go to the next level. You're ready to advance, baby. You're ready to see your business go to infinity and beyond. One of the ways that you're going to be able to do that is with strategic partnerships. Because here's the principle, okay? If one of us sends 1,000 to flight, okay, and two of us sends 10,000 to flight, here's the principle. When you begin, and by the way, I didn't just say random partnerships. I didn't say make some random partnerships. Do you know how many people out there reach out to me daily and literally, hey man, I got a business proposal for, bro, I don't know you. I don't even know what your name is. You're trying to go into business with me? And give me a break, bro. Like, I want my business partnerships to be strategic. I want them to come from a place of relationship and trust. Not just like, hey man, random person from the internet, I got a cool business plan for you. And right? Don't be unwise, y'all. Be wise with this, okay? Here's the principle. If one of us sends 1,000 a flight, two of us sends 10,000 a flight, what does this mean? It means when we enter into strategic partnerships, both parties increase by 5x. What does that mean? One sends 1,000, two sends 10,000, okay? So guess what? By ourselves, we send 1,000 a flight. With two of us, we send 10,000 a flight. So do you see what I'm saying here? When you enter into a strategic partnership, okay, what would have just been one for you now becomes 5 for you and 5 for them. It's 10,000 together. So here's the question I want to ask you when it comes to this, okay? My question to you is, which one of these would you rather have? Okay, now I know y'all know that I'm the best artist in the world. Someone just clap for me and just say, Rick, you can do it. Come on, I'm a little insecure about my art, guys. Just, please, guys, I need someone to just encourage me in the Lord here, okay? Please, somebody. I'm being goofy, y'all, okay? Let me ask you this question here, okay? Would you rather have a whole grape, or would you rather have half of a watermelon? Which one? Let me know in the comments. Would you rather have one whole tiny grape, or would you rather have a half of a gigantic watermelon? Well, I don't know about you, but the answer is obvious. When you are in strategic partnerships, you allow yourself access to the more. So stop being so scarcity mindset thinking, oh, I'm not going to do any, like, I'm going to get this going by myself, man. I'm going to get my business, blah, 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 yada, yada, this and that. Oh, it's all me, bro. I don't want to be, like, serious? When you can connect strategically with the right people at the right time and do business together, I will take the half a watermelon all day long, baby. Crazy story for y'all. Someone say story time with Uncle Rick in the comments, okay? I've been practicing these principles for a while now, And this is super cool. I had started a training program. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I'd started a training program, and it was going really good. And we were crushing it. And we had done like, I think 2 or 3 million bucks in that specific training program. Well, then I began to discover these principles out of the book of Proverbs. And I read this one, locusts, they have no king, but they advance together in ranks. And I was like, oh man, I need to get some strategic partnerships going. So guess what I did? I created a new mentorship program around a partnership. And I said, hey, I went to a friend of mine. I said, hey, you've got this real, and I at the time, I'd already known them for like 15, 17 years. We had lots of history, lots of trust, okay? I knew their strengths and weaknesses. He knew my strengths and weaknesses. And I submitted to him. I said, yo, here's this idea I want to submit to you. Let's do this joint partnership, a JV, like a joint venture, built on this principle, okay, that we're going to advance together in ranks. Let's pull our stuff together. You do this part, and I'll do this part, and let's do this. Y'all, can I tell you what? Like, we literally made millions of dollars. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people come through that program, and I worked less, and we made more. He worked less, and he made more. It was crazy. Like, we'd be doing 6-figure days, like bing, 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 bing. Why? Because locusts, though they have no king, they advance together in ranks. Somebody in the comments say, advance together in ranks. It's not about the scarcity mindset of, oh, I just want my little thing by myself. No. I don't know about y'all, but I want to advance. 1 sends 1,000, 2 sends 10,000. Y'all getting it? If you're ready for key number 4, say key number 4 in the comments. Okay, so we've learned about ants. We've learned about rock badgers, okay? We've learned about locusts. All of these animals, they're very small, but they're extremely wise. And watch this one, okay? Key number 4. Again, depending on what translation you read, some say lizard, some say spider, but the principle is the same. Okay, NIV, like I just read like this. A lizard can be caught by the hand, that's pretty small, yet it is found in kings' palaces. What does that mean? Let's talk about it. Okay? These animals, whether it's a lizard or spider, whatever your translation says, okay? These animals, or insects, they're small, but watch this, they can be found in kings' palaces? What does that mean? If you're taking notes, write this down. Though you are small, if you can leverage the greatness of others, you will also be found great. Though you are small, if you can leverage the greatness of others, you will also be found great. If you're taking notes, write this word down and underline it 3 times. Leverage. Leverage, leverage, leverage. What is leverage? Thank you so much for asking. Let me break down the idea of leverage to you. Okay, there was a Greek mathematician named Archimedes, okay? And Archimedes said it like this. Give me a lever and a sure foundation, and I can move the earth. What does that mean? Okay, does anybody here know what a lever is, right? I'm sure you do, right? You first learned about it when you were like 2 years old on a teeter-totter, okay? That's a lever, okay? And here's the beauty of a lever, okay? Archimedes said it like this. Give me a lever and a sure foundation and I can move the earth, okay? Here's the principle. Let's say you have a gigantic boulder that you are supposed to move, okay? And this boulder here is way, way, way bigger than you, and it doesn't matter how hard you push. It's going to be next to impossible for you to try to move this boulder just with your own strength alone. Okay? You're pushing on this boulder, pushing on it. You cannot move this boulder. But you know what's so crazy? The principle of leverage is this. When you have a lever that is long enough, and no, board, that's not what I want you to do. When you have a lever that is long enough, okay, and you have a sure foundation, I'm going to do it like this. When you have a lever and a sure foundation, okay, little old you can take that little strength of yours, you can push on the lever over here, and the most amazing thing begins to happen. The boulder begins to move with ease. Rick, I'm down. I think I'm tracking. You're talking about lizards and spiders and king's palaces and boulders and some Greek mathematician. What in the world does all of this mean? I'm glad you asked, okay? Here's a principle I want to submit to you, okay? Though you are small, if you can leverage the greatness of others, you will also be found great. See, many of you guys and gals right now are in the place of, man, business just seems so hard. Finances, like trying to figure all this out, it just seems so hard. Instead of you trying to push that boulder in your own strength, plug in to a leverage, plug into a sure foundation. And you guys and gals are already getting this, okay? Plug into some kind of framework and then set it up on the sure foundation of a blueprint that we already know works. That's how so many of my students, guys, that's how so many of them, they come into the programs, complete beginners, not knowing anything. Then they take massive action. They go through the program and they're like, this seems crazy. I'm just going to do exactly what Rick shows me to do. They literally take their little strength, okay, and they plug into the leverage of the system, and then they put it on top of the sure foundation of a blueprint. I literally just go, hey, do this, then this, then this, then this. And that's how so many of the students, guys, they come in, and within sometimes 2 weeks, we've had a handful of people in as little as 2 weeks. I just made $36,000. Oh my gosh. Because here's the principle, okay? You don't have to try to move this big impossible thing in your own strength. Use a lever. Plug it into a sure foundation. This is exactly how my wife and I were able to achieve the success that we achieved in such short amount of time. Because we're plugging into the wisdom of, though you are small, if you can leverage the greatness of others, you will also be found great. Think about it. This spider and this lizard, these guys didn't build the palace. Are you kidding me? They didn't build this beautiful, amazing, enormous, glorious palace, but they could be found in the palace. They could be found there. Why? Because the principle is they are leveraging somebody else's greatness. So what does this mean for you? Well, maybe what you should consider doing,
if you've made it this far into the training and you're enjoying it and you still haven't checked out my upcoming 5-day live virtual challenge, Create and Sell Digital Products, what is you doing? Check out this testimony right here of one of my current students. He took the information that I'm going to be sharing with you in the upcoming 5-day training to make $15,000 in one single week. Click the link down below, join as a VIP. We'll see you in the challenge. Now, back to the training.
maybe what you should consider doing, y'all, is you should consider adding the principles of the ant plus the principles of the rock badger plus the principles of the locust plus the principles of the lizard all together. You should be diligent, a self-starter. You should stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You should start building your life on strong principles. You should consider connecting in with strategic partnerships. And then you should do all of this by leveraging somebody else's system that you already know is successful. And guess what's going to happen for you? Bingo! Here's what I want you guys and gals to take away from this training. I want you to understand first and foremost, though you feel weak, though you feel small, though you feel insignificant, though it might feel right now a little bit overwhelming, that is the perfect place for you to be in order for these principles to work for you. Why? Because there are 4 things. I'm going to read it one more time. There are 4 things on this earth that are small, but they're extremely wise. Your condition right now, your situation right now, though it feels hard, small, I don't know if I can do it, I don't know anybody, this, that, whatever. If you begin to change the lens that you look at the small through, and you begin to look through the eyes of wisdom and understanding and knowledge, you will actually see that God has incredible, incredible success planned for you. Now it's up to you to start tapping in and taking massive action on these things. And one last thought before I wrap today. If you're taking notes, write this down. Stop calling your something nothing. Stop calling your something nothing. What does that mean? Oh man, no one's ever done this in my family. Business is hard. I can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. Stop calling your something nothing. Okay? God has put something on the inside of you that you can literally go and leverage all of these principles. And you, my friend, can become wise beyond your size.